if it already came, or if it already done passed, now everybody say happy! Happy! Birthday! Birthday! Woo! Goody, goody. Overtime! Overtime! Yeah, right. Woo! 42nd Street. Hey, dog, I'm having a ball. I hope you're doing fine. Because anytime is a happy time for a birthday party ride. Now everybody get up. Hey, dog, I'm having a ball. I hope you're doing fine.
Good morning. It is November the 5th, and it's a little bit of a good birthday today for me. I appreciate just being here another year. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for giving me another birthday. In the background, you're listening to the distinctive sounds of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. And like I told you guys, I'm going to be playing hip-hop at the beginning of the show for the rest of the year to celebrate the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. And I thank you for listening. This is episode 192 of the Guru Talking Sports Podcast. And yes, I've been doing 192 of these things. I'm going to drop my Grandmaster Flash down. And I want to welcome you guys into another episode. And, you know, it's the Saturday Night Live edition, which is, you know, Saturday Night Live. And actually, it's just a little bit past midnight or so that, you know, it is officially Guru's birthday. So I appreciate it, and I want to tell you guys that you know, for all the people that has been sending me birthday wishes already. I mean, it was, you know, Saturday. A lot of people thought it was Saturday, but it's actually Sunday. But I want to say thank you for everyone for the birthday shouts. All right, so a lot of stuff happened this week. Let me get right into it. We had Josh McDaniels finally got fired, which we all knew that it was coming. It was inevitable. You know, that was inevitable. You know, we knew that he was going to get fired. The question is when. Antonio Pierce took over. And, you know, he's from Los Angeles, so, you know, he was like saying, hey, look, you know, I'm from Compton. I know how it is to be a Raider fan, and this is a dream job for me. You know, hopefully that he gets this job, because we want to have somebody in there that wants to give the players a little bit of freedom on what they need to do. The Texas Rangers won the World Series this week, and, you know, my hats off go to them, because, you know, I'm not going to be sitting up here, you know, pissed off or discouraged. You know, they were great. I mean, 11 straight wins on the road. I think it's the first time it ever happened. First time it ever happened. And, you know, you got to give credit where credit is due. They basically ran through the American League. They ran through, you know, Arizona when they got a chance to. And they did their job. They did, you know, hey, Bruce Bochy is probably one of the, you know, greatest managers that we don't even really talk about. You know, he came off the freaking couch to coach a World Series team. That's his fourth ring. You know, he's done something that, you know, not too many baseball managers have done. Sparky Anderson did it, where he coached, you know, Detroit and Cincinnati into the, you know, in the World Series. Corey Seager has won the MVP. That's the first time. Well, you know, he won MVPs in both leagues. He only joins Reggie Jackson with winning it for both two teams, which is a good thing. You know, hey, look, I'm not mad. I'm not mad, and I congratulate. And, the guru was right. I told you that Texas would win the World Series. I thought they would win it in 7. But I'm not, not mad that I wasn't off. I knew who was going to win, Philadelphia fans are still pissed off at me because I told them that, Arizona was going to win that game. I don't care. Come on, Philadelphia. Let's get real. You wasn't going to beat Texas anyway. Let's just face the facts here, And that's what I do. I face the facts. I tell you like it is. I tell you the straights and narrows of everything. I'll tell you what's going to happen, basically. Just like I told you last week that Ohio State would be number 1 in the first poll that came out. I told you that. Because you know why? The guru knows. And like I said, I knew that first poll was going to come out with Ohio State on top. And yeah, we still got the Michigan cloud hanging over them. Didn't bother them yesterday. They beat up on Purdue. And the Purdue coach was really pissed off because the Big Ten had a conference call this week. And I tell you, I'm not sure what they're going to do. I'm not sure what they're going to do. But I tell you one thing. They have to come to some kind of decision. Because, hey, I really hope that this not, it's not going to, this thing is not going to be a downside for the Big Ten. Hey, Michigan is our rival, and, I'm an Ohio State guy, but, I would like to see that, fairness is fair, But this cloud is going to be hanging over Michigan for a little while. All right, and I'm not even going to mention James Harden. That's it. That's the only time you'll hear me mention that name. Him and K.I., the one that plays for the Mavericks that left my Nets, I don't pay them no attention. Because, these crying, babies in the NBA, they just really piss me off. And I don't even, what, I heard so much about this week. I just wonder, why you guys just waste your breath on it? I know that you have to talk about it because it is, news and, see, this is why I like doing my own podcast, because I can talk about what I want to. And if I don't want to talk about an ignorant person that thinks he's the greatest of all time and hasn't won jack shit, I don't even have to put up with him. So I'm going to tell you like this, so what? Who cares? Who really gives a damn? Find me somebody that really gives a damn about you, And unfortunately, we had 2 major passings this week. And one of them was Walter Davis. Walter Davis, that was shocking. He was 69 years old. And, if you don't remember Walter Davis, probably one of the greatest basketball players that came out of the University of North Carolina. And played under Dean Smith. Great basketball player. Phoenix Suns, Denver Nuggets, and I'm missing one other team that he played for. But I'm gonna talk a little bit about Walter Davis in the ending. Here in the beginning, I'm gonna talk about Bobby Knight. Bobby Knight was he was one of the greatest coach of all time, the greatest coach I've seen. Well, second greatest coach. I do remember watching John Wooden in his final couple of days. I remember probably around about like 1972, 73, somewhere around in there, watching John Wooden and his UCLA Bruins, which I always tag was one of my favorite teams of all time. And it was an honor for me to get to walk on the Pauley Pavilion floor and talk to, just kind of walk around and talk with Jim Herrick, the coach at the time for UCLA. And, I talked to him about Coach Wooden, and he would tell me told me a few good stories about Coach Wooden. And Bobby Knight was, in my lifetime, the greatest coach I've seen. And, some people will say bad things and, won't remember his greatness. But I'm not that way. I'm going to remember, he was a character. Yeah, he was, he was a lot. But one of the things I really liked about Bobby Knight is that he cared about his players. He cared about his players. One of the quotes, I took like maybe from the word of his passing, I took like maybe looked at so many clips and looked at so many things that represented Bobby Knight. And one of the things that I can remember is that someone asked him, when a player leaves you, do you think the player should check in with you to see how he's doing? And Bobby Knight said no. It should be the other way around. The coach should always check in with the player to check and see how he's doing and realize if he needed anything from him, what can he do? I heard a story about when there was a player that couldn't play for him, and he had an illness or so, very debilitating illness to where he couldn't play anymore. So what Bobby Knight did was took up a big collection or so and gave it to the kid. He didn't step 1 foot on a court to play for him, but he did that for that kid. Bobby Knight was a great coach. Great coach, don't get me wrong. A great pain in the ass? Yeah, somewhat. But the thing is that we always look at all the negative things we can see about people, but we don't see all the goodness or the great things, good things that people do. I'm going to be coming back out of some of the breaks that I have, some of the clips. And, one of the clips was, the Kiss My Ass clip. And, yeah, you'll hear that. But, I just want you guys to know that, it was really saddening for me to hear the passing of Bobby Knight. I knew that he wasn't in good health, and a lot of people knew it. But like I said, I just felt like a part of history left us on Wednesday. I look at it this way. Mike Krzyzewski John Chaney, Calhoun, Boeheim, Dean Smith, Gene Cady, Lute Olson, John Wooden, all gone. All gone from the game. Not gone in passing, some of them, and some of them are, have gone on. But the great coaches are gone. There's only like a handful left. Izzo, well, he cries all the time. Tom Izzo. Calipari, he's okay if John Chaney wouldn't want to wring his neck. And Rick Pitino. Rick Pitino's still around. It's really, when you look at college basketball, I always felt as though that I had, when I was growing up, always had that one coach that always made a big difference. And, Bobby Knight was the guy. I want you to listen to a little clip right here. And this is from the Dan Patrick show back about, let's say about like 6-7 years ago. And this is one of his student athletes, guys that played for Bobby Knight, knew he was going to throw the chair. Check this out.
This up for the audience now. So Dan in the mid-'80s playing for Bob Knight at Indiana, and I believe this was an exhibition game. But
no, it was a big game against Purdue. No.
Okay, at Purdue.
Yeah. No, at home.
Okay, all right. So I didn't set it up well, but that's as good as I can set it up. So Bob Knight is really steamed, and then you pick it up from there.
Well, they had just, I hope I don't lose you, they just pulled me down to come into the game, and London Bradley made a couple bad calls, so my man went to his sport coat. It was the first time he never wore a sport coat. And Uwe Blab, we're running out there, he goes, "Hey, Denny," he's a German guy, he goes, "Hey, Denny, coach is going to get thrown out today." I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Not wearing a sport coat." So he reached for his sport coat. You really can't see it on the film. He didn't have it to throw, so he threw a chair. And Dan, I swear to God, Randy Whitman and I one day counted. He threw 52 chairs against the wall in practice one day. So when he threw the chair, none of us were surprised. It wasn't a big deal, but apparently it became a big deal.
You think if
right next to him.
So you think if he had his sport coat there to throw, he would have thrown that instead of the chair?
1,000%.
Oh man!
Absolutely, 1,000. Yeah, 1,000%. It was a hot day in Bloomington. It was really a warm February day, and he had a golf shirt on. If he had his sport coat, there would have been no chair. 1,000%, I believe that.
Oh man! You live to tell about it, and most of the stories you can't even tell. But that's why it'll be great to see you again and have a couple of beers, and then you can open up the scrapbook for us.
For more Dan Patrick Show.
And that was from the Dan Patrick show from 11/7/2018. Like I said, Bobby Knight was a great coach. I mean, it's just sad that everybody's going to remember him for the antics, the throwing of the chair, the bumping of the head of the one of the student athletes, or the basically the when he grabs the kid and led to his firing, and he held a grudge. But then again, it shouldn't have been a grudge. It shouldn't have been a grudge because, I look at it this way. He was actually, kind of right in this situation where, he said that, a kid approached him and, disrespected him. And the thing about it is that, hey, you shouldn't be disrespected, Everybody should be able to, you just have to be able to, know when to talk to somebody and know when to, not, and certain people you just can't, disrespect. I try not to disrespect anybody. But the thing about it is that, sometimes it happens. But then again, like I said, if I'm in the wrong, I'm in the wrong, and I will definitely, apologize. But, this kid, I think he was basically wrong in his situation, in this situation. But, Bobby Knight, being Bobby Knight, he basically wasn't going to take it, wasn't going to stand for it, which I kind of agree, I'm trying to find this cut where he talks to, who is it? He talks to Joe Buck about this. Let me see. Let me see if I can find this. Joe Buck. All right. Here's the clip from when he's talking to Joe Buck about this situation. And here it is.
You didn't get a chance to leave on your own terms. CNN in 2000 has this report about you choking a player, Neil Reed, during practice. This is an opportunity to talk about that.
Oh, I'm not going to talk about it because I'm sure that one time or another I grabbed a lot of kids.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Did society change during the course of time? Because we've talked about...
No, I think people changed there. There are enough people changed there that we're tired of basketball being the guiding light of the university, and I won't go in any other direction.
So that incident happens, and then some student walks up to you on campus and says, "Hey, Knight."
Some kid came up to me and say, "Hey, Knight, what's going on?" That kid made a dumb mistake. I went over to that kid, and I did a lot more for the son of a bitch than his parents ever did for him. And I went over there, and I said, "Son, let me tell you something. You don't address adults like that under any circumstances." And that's why I have no use for Indiana University, because they used that as a reason to get me out of there, and that's absolute bullshit. Is there anything about bullshit that you don't understand?
No.
Good.
It's a good word.
And believe me, blunt, to the point, and right. Bobby Knight was right. I mean, it's like, hey, what would you do if somebody just jumped up in your face and did the same thing? You probably would have had the same reaction. But see, now we're in this politically correct society where people are not being accountable for their actions. I understand, the word respect. And one of the things that I always taught my two boys is that you respect me as your father. You respect me as an adult. You talk to me in a respectful way. Now, they're a little bit older, and now I give them the leeway to talk to me just like I would talk, with respect. I give them the opportunity to tell me what's on their mind and be able to freely talk to me just like he would another adult, because they are adults. The younger one is now 18, and like I told him, I'm not going to treat you like a kid. You talk to me in a manner of respect, and you talk to me like an adult. But what both of you are going to do is going to respect me. And like I said, hey, if you're talking to another adult, give them that respect. See, people don't understand that. People just don't understand that. And like I said, Bobby Knight was right in his mind. And I 100% support him on that. He was right. When are we going to be accountable for what we do and say and our actions and how we treat people in this world. You know, this is why the world is in a bad shape right now. Now, I'm not going to talk about politics. I'm not going to talk about religion or anything that goes on, but I'm just going to say this. We have to be able to be accountable for our actions. We have to. And the thing about it is that we have to learn how to respect one another. And that's where Bobby Knight was right. And like I said, you can tell me 7 ways till Sunday why he shouldn't have did that or whatever. No. You know what? We have to be respectful of the people that we have to deal with. You know? This one was one of my favorites, and I definitely have to play this one.
Introducing the Undefeated, the non-wit.
This is a clip from Bobby Knight, and I love this one. This has got to be my favorite one. I've heard this all this week, and like I said, I had to play this one. Here we go. Let me see if I can get it back here. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
But the greatest motivator of all is your ass on the bench. There is no better motivator. Ass meets bench. Bench retains ass. Ass transmits signal to brain. Brain transmits signal to body. Body gets ass off bench and plays better. I mean, it's a hell of a sequence of things that takes place. Well, it might be for you guys.
We'll play that again because I didn't hear the.
You can talk about all the motivational speeches and phrases and devices in the world, but the greatest motivator of all is your ass on the bench. There is no better motivator. Ass meets bench. Bench retains ass. Ass transmits signal to brain. Brain transmits signal to body. Body gets ass off bench and plays better. I mean, it's a hell of a sequence of things that takes place.
Hey, you know, and that's true. The best motivator in the world is bench to ass, ass to bench. So, hey, you know what? It worked for me. You know, when I wasn't playing pretty good, when I first started playing organized football, when I played for a coach that was sort of like Bobby Knight, but you know what? He was a little bit calmer, but he didn't do all the antics. I played for a coach that was, my first football coach, and his name was George Kasanovich, and he's a great guy. I've still, talk to him once in a while when I get a chance, but he's a great motivator. I mean, he was hardcore. He was no nonsense, no bullshit. He basically would tell you how it is. He said, if you don't bust your ass, you're not going to play for me. And believe me, the ass to bench theory resonated in my brain and made me play better, so I could not be on the bench with my ass sitting on the bench. Perfectly set. So, like I said, I'm going to go through a little bit more of Bobby Knight's clips and, do a few things before while we doing this podcast. But like I said, I really wanted to pay tribute to Bobby Knight in the right way. And like I said, this is, it's hard for me because, it seemed like everybody always came out with the antics. but nobody wanted to see the good in people. And believe me, I would never say anything ill will about the dead, but, you know, he was a great coach. He was a great coach, and he was that great motivator that, you know, instilled and it sparked, I know that ain't a word, and sparked it. He lit up a light in, you know, he made us laugh, and he basically made us cry in a way. You know, I was so glad to see him go back to Indiana and, you know, mend the fence that was broken for a long time. Yeah, I remember Bobby Knight when he went to Texas Tech. And believe me, I love Texas Tech. Texas Tech, I went through there on my way back from California to back to the East Coast. And I got a chance to go through Lubbock. It was like around 1998 or so. And Lubbock is a great place. Great campus, great school. And, you know, Bobby Knight was there, I guess. And like I said, I definitely, you know, if I had a coach figure that I would play for, I would have definitely played for Bobby Knight. You know. And like I said, one of the reasons why I went into the military is because I wanted discipline. And like I said, I had a drill a guy that was a company commander. That's the word I was going to say, because we don't have drill sergeants in the Navy. We have company commanders. And our company commander was no nonsense, no BS, and he motivated us. And see, when I was younger, I needed discipline. Very much lacking discipline. After I came off the football field and, you know, was playing baseball and everything, basketball, I wanted to find discipline again. And like I said, that's why I joined the Navy. You know. Despite the fact that some people think that I joined the Navy because I thought it was like McHale's Navy. No, that's not the true form. Miss Guru thinks that all the time. But no, I joined the Navy because I needed discipline. And like I said, Bobby Knight was that figure I would have definitely played for. All right, I'll tell you what, we're going to go to a break. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back. We're about like 33 minutes in. And like I said, on the other side, I'm going to play another clip of Bobby Knight's. And we're definitely, you know, we're getting started. When I come back, we're going to talk a little bit of NBA. And the in-season tournament. I don't know. You tell me about it. Anyway. All right. We're going to our first break. And I want to give a shout out to the voice actress lady. Voice actress lady gave me great birthday wishes, and I really appreciate it. But, you know, voice actress lady is always working. Always, you know, she's a hustler too. And I really appreciate her. Thank you, voice actress lady, for your birthday wishes. And, you know, just being able to help me out. You know, like I said, it's after midnight or so. She, you know, just got to her job. And, you know, like I said, I can always count on her to help me out with things. But I appreciate it. Anyway. All right, so let's go to a break. And thank you again, voice actress lady. Thank you guys for listening. This is episode 192 of the Guru Talking Sports Podcast. Here's the voice actress lady, and we're going to our first break. Hang with me. Be right back. We'll see you right after this. Here she is.
You're listening to the Guru Talking Sports Podcast.
I like to refer to this whole thing, from start to finish, as a real Mickey Mouse operation.
but that'd be an insult to Mickey Mouse.
I'll paraphrase Churchill a little bit when he talked about the Battle of Britain. Never have so many thought they knew so much and actually knew so little.
I don't think I would ever qualify as a biblical scholar. I mean, that's what I get paid to do. No motivational device I've ever come across is as good as this.
Your players were asked this too. Do they fear you at times on the court?
I mean, I wouldn't know why. I never carry a gun with me. I mean, what am I going to do? I mean, I'm going to play. If I've ever shot a kid, I'd be I'm scared to play for me. If I walked out there and I'm saying, boy, that son of a bitch shot 3 guys last year.
The great Bobby Knight. And believe me, I was listening to that and I was like saying to myself, my gosh, this guy, he was the best. He was the best. I'm going to talk a little NBA before we run into halftime. And I want to tell you guys that I did watch the first game between San Antonio and Phoenix the other night. DVR'd it and got a chance to watch it. And I'm going to tell you something. Victor Wembanyama. I know. I believe you guys know. Guru's going to mess up some names. Wimby. There you go. Victor Wembanyama. All right. Kid looks good. You know, he plays like Kevin Durant, but he doesn't. He's a little bit thinner than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is a little bit more bulkier. But I want to say that this kid is special, and hopefully, when he gets a chance to get down here, maybe to Philadelphia, I might have to break the rule of me going into Philly overnight. But I just don't like going into Philadelphia anymore. I'm sorry. I hate to say it, but Philadelphia's getting really bad. If I want my cousins to come down and visit me, they have to come down and visit me. I'd rather, Philadelphia. Anyway, I would like to see this kid because he's pretty good. He's something special. He's really something special. Like I said, the other story, I'm not even going to talk about it because I'm not going to waste my breath or my time on ignorance. And to me, that player that got traded from Philadelphia to Los Angeles is totally ignorant. And, selfish, self-absorbed, and that's all I got to say about him. Anyway, the in-season tournament started. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? The play-in games are okay. I like the play-in games because, like Coach Knight would say, it is a ass-to-bench motivator, more or less. Now I'm going to have to start using that terminology of ass-to-bench. If you guys keep tanking and all that stuff, you see what I'm going to say. I ain't got to say it all. But anyway, it's a motivator. It's a motivator. All right. Like I said, my Nets have been kind of slow out the gate, which, I expected. Not a problem. Lakers have been a little slow, but, they had a big win over the Clippers, a couple days ago or so. I still like this team, Lakers team. Austin Reeves, I love the kid. I think he's pretty good. My Uncle Gary is a big Laker fan too. And I try to give him some encouragement because he always asks me about how the Lakers are going to be. I think they're going to be okay. I really think they're going to be okay. I just hope that, Street Clothes can be able to play a full season. If you guys don't know who Street Clothes is Charles Barkley calls him Anthony Street Clothes Davis because he always sees him in street clothes, And that's another motivator that Charles Barkley has. And like I said, I think the Lakers are going to be okay. I really think that they're going to be okay. Nets so much. Let's see. Bucks look good. Dame Dollar looks good. Looks good in Milwaukee. And like I said, that team, Milwaukee is good. Milwaukee is damn good. Damn it. Boston beat my Nets yesterday, so, it ain't no big deal. So, other than that, Orlando beat the Lakers last night. Oh, gosh. Orlando ain't that bad. I mean, I wouldn't play for them if I had a choice. I mean, I would play for, one of the teams like the Knicks or the Lakers or the Bulls or, somewhere in there. But, we'll see what happens. But anyway, I just don't understand this tournament thing, What the hell? They're trying to make something. They're trying to make it like the, and I'm not, not being ignorant or anything. I'm looking at this thing here. It says the battle for the NBA Cup begins. Everything you need to know. Well, I need to know it because I really don't really care about it because, it's basically the games that they're already playing, and they're just making it a big thing to where, if you get that motivating factor of winning all these games, you get to win this NBA Cup. No, the Larry O'Brien is the main thing that we're looking forward to winning. That's the main thing. All right, so Friday they had games where the Pacers beat the Cavs, the Bucks beat the Knicks, the Heat beat the Wizards, Nets beat the Bulls, Trailblazers beat the Grizzlies, and the Nuggets. The Nuggets beat the Mavs, and the Warriors beat the Thunder. Okay, so what? What is that supposed to mean? Like I said, the main thing is the Larry O'Brien trophy. And hopefully the Lakers can win one before Boston do because, Lakers are the best team of all time. I know Boston fans are going to argue with me, but you know what? Hey, I respect Boston, but, they kind of scare me because I got a feeling that they're going to come out with this. They're going to be good. Boston is going to be good. Like I said, they beat up on my Nets last night. So, got to give credit where credit is due. Okay, so I wanted to talk about, let me see if I can find this. I definitely have to talk about Walter Davis. Walter Davis was a great basketball player. Coming out of North Carolina, he was one of the greatest. And I just hate, when, like I said, there goes another piece of my past. I remember when he first got in the league and he was the Rookie of the Year. And the guy was great. I just hate to see, losing people like, like great players like Walter Davis, but like I said, this is, it comes, all the time. It comes all the time, Hubert Davis was, his the coach of North Carolina right now. He was his uncle. And I'm looking at his Wikipedia page right now. Walter Pearl Davis was born on September 9th, 1954 in Plain Pinesville, North Carolina. And he got a chance to play for his alma mater was the University of North Carolina. He was number one in the, he was the first pick. In the first round, he was the fifth pick of the Phoenix Suns. And he played for Phoenix, Denver, Portland, and then back to Denver. Six-time All-Star. Two-time NBA All-NBA second team, 78 and 79. NBA Rookie of the Year, 78. All-Rookie Team, first team, 1978. And like I said, he was the first team ACC in 77 and first team, second team All-ACC in 76. 19,000 career points, 38, 78 assists, and he was one of the best in steals. He averaged 1.2 steals per game over his career. He was on the 1976 gold medal team, and he played for one of the greatest coaches of all time, like I mentioned before, Dean Smith. And like I said, he was a great ball player. Just hate to see, we're losing a lot of guys this year. We lost Jim Brown, we lost Brooks Robinson, we lost, turnaround, we lost a lot of Walt Garrison the other week, or so. But anyway, like I said, I just, it kind of shocked me. And like I said, I didn't want to overshadow him by talking a lot more about Bobby Knight, but I did want to give him some kind of acknowledgement, because like I said, I remember when I watched Walter Davis play, and he was good. He was really good. And like I said, that number 6 for the Phoenix Suns has been retired, and no one will ever wear that jersey again. Okay. I'm going to go to halftime right now because we're like 48 minutes in. But I wanted to let you know a couple little things. Like I said, Miss Mary Mack is still doing the, Death by Fentanyl podcast for her. I just glanced over a little bit of it before I started. And I'm going to finish up the rest of it today, a little bit later today. And it's good. It's really good. Like I said, I always watch the podcast that she has. And, like I said, I'm working on a little rap to try to help her out with it. And fentanyl, like I told you guys before, this is my public service announcement, fentanyl is not nothing to play with, It's something that you basically have to remember that the tiniest speck of this will kill you. Do not mess around with this shit, because it will kill you. Alright, so, like I said, just be smart about this shit. Be smart. Don't be a fool. Next thing you know, you'll be in the ground because of a little speck of this. Remember, I told you before, like I said again, a little dab will kill you. Definitely will. Also, like I said, in a couple days, my man Danny Rivera will have a special on Paramount Plus, and it's called De La Calle. De La Calle. I got it right. I said it right. My Spanish does work a little bit sometimes. But anyway, I want you guys to check that out. Mrs. Schick is the group member from the Mean Machine, and he was the first person to rap in Spanish. And like I said, great guy, good friend. I love the guy, and I'm glad that he's a friend of mine because he's history. He's walking, living history, a legend. And I wanted to make sure that I give that acknowledgement out to him. Also, I want to say thank you to my peeps in the TBC, JC, Shorty, Ange, Miss Ange, and all the guys that were in the Toilet Bowl Club yesterday. And also, I want to thank Mr. Mike Babchek for giving me a personal shout out on the radio. And I was like, oh man, this is really cool. Thank you, Babs. I really appreciate it, man. It's been, a lot of time, it's been kind of hard to, deal with something, change is, inevitable. And change, sometimes for the better. And sometimes change, you have to make sure that you, accept change and acknowledge change. It was kind of hard for me for DA to move, and then I had to, kind of listen to something else. But you know what? It's a good thing. I really, really appreciate coming over and listening more to Mad Dog Sports. And the Fowls have accepted the D-Aliens. And we appreciate, definitely appreciate, being in there. My man JP has been very, very gracious and generous. And I really appreciate you, JP, for everything, bringing me in. It was, I'm going to be honest, I was nervous as hell. But, I found out that JP doesn't live too far from me. And yesterday we were talking about, getting together and stuff like that. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I just have to figure out a time where, I can be able to be, accessible because of the work schedule and all. But thank you, JP. Thank you, JP. Thank you, Ange. Thank you, Shorty. Thank you, Duke, all the people, Serp, my man Serp up in Toronto. Thank you. Everybody, Mad Humper, everybody. If I didn't mention you, I appreciate you all. I do. All right, so let's go to halftime. And, we'll be right back right after this. I'm seeing a few messages popping up on my phone here. Let me check those. I know they're birthday wishes, and I appreciate all the birthday stuff. Thank you, everybody. All right, this is episode 191 of the Guru Talking Sports Podcast. We'll be right back right after this. We're going to go to the college wrap. We're going to go to the NFL, and after that, we're going to, call it a day. So you guys take care. Like I said, stick around. We'll be right back right after this. Here's the voice actress lady. This is episode 192 of the Guru Talking Sports Podcast.
You're listening to the Guru Talking Sports Podcast.
When my time on earth is gone and my activities here are past, I want they bury me upside down and my critics can kiss my when my time
that was Bobby Knight. I know I'm sorry I had to mess that up a little bit. I'm actually the sound guy, the board guy, the everything guy here at the Guru Talking Sports Podcast. Only because Caden is he's still in college with him and his little girlfriend, and Dante is probably sleeper right now. But, you know, I definitely love that cut from Bobby Knight, which, you know, he had a lot of them. So that was like one of his most famous ones. My time on earth has passed. I want him to bury me upside down. My critics can kiss my ass. So, you know, that was Bobby Knight. And like I said, you know, I know one person that is probably very, very hurt because he had probably one of the best relationships with him. And I haven't heard anything from this guy. But I'm definitely going to go back and check and see if what is his name? Gosh, I can't think of his name right. Dick Vitale. I'm sorry, Dick Vitale has anything that he wanted to comment on about Bobby Knight. But, you know, Dick Vitale was, you know, a great, you know, he's a great character too, you know. But, like I said, Dick Vitale was very, very close to Bobby Knight. And, you know, like I said, I hopefully that he's okay as well. All right, so let's do the college wrap right here. I'm going to go through it a little quickly, but we did see an upset, a major upset. We saw Oklahoma State beat Oklahoma, number 10 Oklahoma. That probably puts them out of the college football playoff. Bedlam, that was the last Bedlam, and I hate to see, you know, like I said, I'm not a big proponent of all this college football movement crap because it's bullshit. And the thing about it is that we're going to lose these great matchups. You know, like I said before, years ago, I went to the Rose Bowl to watch Penn State beat Oregon. Now they're going to be in the same damn conference, which is stupid. And then the Pac-12 is going away. You know, the Pac-12 is going away. There's no more big daddy, granddaddy of them all Rose Bowl between the Pac-12 and the Big Ten. That's going to go. Bedlam is one of those I always like to watch. They're going to go. Now, unfortunately, we have the Red River shootout. I call it Red River shootout because that's what I known it as. Red River rivalry, whatever, you know, say that 3 times. Anyway, the Red River shootout is still going to be going on because Oklahoma and Texas are going to the SEC. You know, but, you know, we'll still have some of the good ones like maybe the, you know, the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe and all that stuff, and, you know, the, you know, Alabama, Auburn will still have that, you know, but some of the ones like the Apple Cup between Washington and Washington State is going to be gone. You know, it's going to be a mess next year, believe me. Some of the notables from yesterday was, you know, Washington did beat UCLA 52-42. No defense was played in that game. Alabama, which, you know, I really don't care about, they beat up on LSU 42-28. Oregon State beat Colorado 26-19. Now, all that Colorado hype, I bought this Colorado hoodie that I'm wearing right now, but now it seems like all of it's gone. Arizona keeps winning, and I'm not sure how they keep winning, but they beat UCLA 27-10 yesterday. Oregon beat up on Cal 63-19. Tulane beat East Carolina 13-10. Louisville beat Virginia Tech 31-3. Florida State beat Pitt 24-7. Penn State, Penn State beat up on Maryland 51-15. Maryland, I watched a little bit of that game. It was horrendous. The one that I did watch, and I was hoping that this would, you know, Missouri gave away that game. Missouri definitely gave away that game. They beat Georgia beat Missouri 30-21. And you know I watch my Ohio State Buckeyes, who are still number one. But, you know, Ohio State they struggled a little bit. They were losing at the half. This is the first time they were actually losing at the half. It wasn't no big deal because I know they would come back and win. But the thing about it is that, you know, I thought the defense was solid. But Rutgers was scoring. And they were running the ball right up, you know, right up the backside of Ohio State. Got to get that run defense fixed because it's not good. It's not good. And yesterday, I only had like maybe 5 passes that he completed or so. Or, you know, Ohio State beat Rutgers 35-16. Now, I was thinking about debating really hard to go to that game. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go next year to Maryland, Ohio State, because Ohio State will be in Maryland. And see, I live in, you know, close proximity to both of these, Rutgers and Maryland. So I can probably go to Maryland on the even number years and go to Rutgers on the odd number years. So I get a chance to see my Ohio State boys. All right, so the top 5, and here's my top 5. I got Oregon number 5, Washington number 4, Michigan number 3, Georgia number 2, and Ohio State number 1. Now, like I told you before, I told you last week, and I was right. The guru is always right with these things. Ohio State was going to win or be number 1 because of their quality of work. And that's, you know, beating Rutgers yesterday, was like a little bit of a step down. But, you know, Georgia probably, now listen to what I'm saying, Georgia probably might jump Ohio State this week because of Georgia beating Missouri, and basically Georgia is the number 1 team in the number 1 conference. I hate to say that because I'm not a big SEC fan. So, you know, I do like Ole Miss, and I do like, you know, LSU or so. But, you know, that's the way it is. All right, so we got Oregon, Washington, Michigan, Georgia, and Ohio State as my top 5. All right, I know that, like I said, don't quote me, but I think this is going to happen. Ohio State is probably going to get jumped by the way they played yesterday and the way Georgia played yesterday. But like I said, there's still a lot of stuff to be determined, because you got to remember too that you know, one of these teams in the Big Ten, Michigan or Ohio State, is going to drop down, and one of those teams is not going to make the playoff. Hopefully it's Michigan. They can find something on Michigan to keep them out of it or so, whatever. But still, I just hope that Michigan is not cheating. And like I said, I love the Big Ten. I just hope that this is not true. All right? Okay. Now, quickly, I'm going to go to fantasy, my fantasy teams. This week, we had a couple teams on a bye, like Jacksonville, Denver, Detroit, and San Francisco. That means I don't have no ATM for Jacksonville. I don't have Purdy or Deebo Samuel on one of my teams, and it was scrambling because there was a lot of guys hurt. And you know, fantasy, you just have to basically, at this point, you just got to patch it up. Patch it up the best way you can and go out there and start swinging, or just try to swing as hard as you, or as best as you can. Because like I said, right, you know, we got week 12, everybody's going to play. And week 14 will be the last fantasy bye weeks. So, you know, just keep an eye on these things. I'm watching the clip from the Flyers and the Kings. My Kings win again, and they beat the Flyers 5-0. Who cares? about the Flyers. Anyway, my Devils, I don't know what's going on with them. But, they've been pretty much hanging in there. I know I just dropped a little bit of NHL in there. But also, while I'm doing a segue into pro football, I got to mention that the Breeders' Cup was going on yesterday. The Friday and Saturday of, right around the first week in November is Breeders' Cup weekend. I did bet on 2 horses from yesterday. One on one. Didn't pay that much. Paid about $12. So anyway, it goes in my account. I got a TVG account that is it's not bad. It's not, up there, but not like my Caesars. My Caesars is doing really well. But I got a nice little parlay that I'm working on this weekend for Caesars. Okay, which brings me into, let me segue into the NFL picks of the week. And when the NFL picks of the week goes, here's the voice actress lady. She's got something to say.
And now it's time for Guru's NFL picks of the week.
Thank you, voice actress lady, for your help. I appreciate it. Now, Guru's Picks of the Week is sponsored by Caesars. They don't pay me for this, but I just say that I use my Caesars app for this all the time. And like I said, also, I want you guys to know if you want to call the Guru, it's 302-267-3106. 302-267-3106 is the number that you can get the Guru. Text me, call me, leave a message. Let's joke around or whatever. I appreciate you finding me and talking to me and wishing me happy birthday and all that stuff. I appreciate it. Okay, now we got a game really, really early, so that means I got to hurry up and get this done so I can get a little bit of sleep so I can get up real early and watch this game. The Germany games now. We always have these international games. They start about 9:30 in the morning or so. And I don't understand why this game was on the docket for Germany. This should have been the Sunday night game. But then again, the Sunday night game is really good too. They could have put this one in the 4 p.m. But you know what? I'm not going to be able to watch these games because I got to go to sleep because I got to go to Syracuse tomorrow. I'm going to Syracuse. Got to go up there and for work. So, like I said, I love my job. So I definitely, wherever they have me go, I'm going. And Miss Guru likes it too because she was upset with me the other day and she told me, she said, every time you leave here, it's a good thing. So, I hope that your dispatcher keeps you on the road all the time. Funny. She said, it's always nice when you're not here, but it's chaos when you are here. And by gosh, your dispatcher needs it. I'm like, all right. I got it. Okay. So, Miami is going to play Kansas City in Germany. Kansas City lost last week to Denver. And they poo-pooed on themselves. Miami keeps on rolling. I'm going to take Miami, and I'm going to take the 1.5. So I got Miami getting the 1.5. Kansas City hasn't looked good. Matter of fact, who is their main wide receiver? I picked up that Rice kid from the on the fantasy. I'm just playing. I don't care. Like I said, if I lose in fantasy in my own league, it doesn't matter because I want my other guys to have fun. All right, so that's the one at 9:30. Minnesota is going into Atlanta. Minnesota's getting 3.5 points. I'm gonna go with Minnesota in this one. I don't know why. Give me the 3.5 points. I'll take Minnesota. Cleveland is a 13-point favorite. And Arizona's coming to play Cleveland. They're going to win, but I don't think they can cover. So, anyway, give me Cleveland. Arizona, I'm not sure if they're going to start Kyler Murray. They traded their starting quarterback, so you know they're tanking. They're trying to tank it out. So, anyway, I'm going to go with Cleveland. I'm not sure if they're going to cover, but I'll go with Cleveland. Los Angeles Rams is going into Green Bay. Green Bay hasn't played really good at all. I'm going to take the Rams. Give me the 3.5 points. I'll take the Rams going into Green Bay. New England is a 2.5-point favorite over Washington. We don't know what two teams these are. New England's bad. They're talking about trading Belichick to Washington. I'm not sure. This is one of those games. I'm gonna give me the 2.5 points. I'll take. I'm gonna lay the points. Give me New England on this one. I'm gonna lay the points. I don't think they'll cover, but I don't know. Whatever. New Orleans is playing their 9.5-point favorites over Chicago. New Orleans is might not cover. Chicago is getting 9.5 points. That's a lot of points. But I'm still going to take New Orleans. Give me New Orleans. Here's one of the good games. Seattle is coming into Baltimore. Baltimore is a 6.5-point favorite. Everybody's got Baltimore in their top of the, in their top rankings. I'm going to go with Seattle. I love Baltimore. That's my hometown. But 6.5 points is a lot. Give me the 6.5 points, and I'm going with Seattle. They will cover. Houston is a 2.5-point favorite over Tampa Bay. I don't think Houston's going to cover. Give me the 2.5 points. I'll take Tampa Bay. Indianapolis is a 2.5-point favorite over Carolina. Carolina got their first win last week, finally, so there's no undefeated teams, and there's no teams that have not won a game yet. But give me Indianapolis. I know. Give me Indianapolis in the 2.5 points. They will cover. All right. 425, we got the Giants coming off that terrible game last week against the Jets. And a lot of people say that was the worst game ever played in the NFL. I watched it, and guess what? I didn't even get a chance to see the ending of this game because CBS got to the point where they got so fed up, they just said, the hell with this game. We're going to just transfer it over to the Cincinnati and San Francisco game. And, that's bad when a network says, screw this, you guys are done. So, the Raiders, I'm going to go with my Raiders because I think they're fired up and they're going to play inspired ball now, getting rid of Josh, whatever his name, Josh McDuke, Dum or whatever his name is. I don't know. I'm going to go with the Raiders. Give me the 1.5. I think they'll cover. I'm going to lay the 1.5. Dallas and Philadelphia. Here's a very, very interesting one. Philadelphia actually has a 3-game lead over Dallas right now. Philadelphia is going to go into the break next week. If Dallas beat them, they'll basically be about like maybe a half game out. They're only, they're actually in that. They're not that far out right now, but I'm going to probably go with the Eagles winning this game, but I don't think they're going to cover. Dallas, it's going to be close. If Dallas can get themselves together and play like they, supposed to play, I'm going to take the Eagles and lay the 3 points. I think Dallas will cover, but it's going to be a close game, hopefully. The 8 o'clock game is the game that was interrupted last season, and that was on the 2nd of January last year. This year. I remember this because Miss Guru had to have foot surgery. I was off, and everybody knew what happened with the Damar Hamlin situation. Cincinnati looked like they're back in form, and we don't know what's going on with Buffalo. Buffalo will cover. Give me Cincinnati. Buffalo will cover. They will give me. I'll take the 2.5 points. Cincinnati will win the game. Okay, I said it. I got it. Okay, the last game on the docket is the New York Jets and the Chargers. I'm going with the Jets. I like the Jets. The Jets will cover. The Jets will win. Give me the 3.5 points. All right. So we got Miami, Atlanta, Cleveland, Los Angeles Rams, New England, New Orleans, Seattle, Tampa Bay, Indianapolis, the Jets, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, and the Vegas Raiders. Okay, so we're done with that. And hopefully, like I said, the Guru is always right. Hasn't missed a pick yet. My top 5 in the NFL. I got Miami 5, Kansas City 4, Baltimore 3, Jacksonville 2, Philadelphia 1. I know a lot of people have been saying Baltimore is actually the second best team in the league. Like I said, I love the Ravens. That's my hometown. But I think Jacksonville is under the radar. I think they're the second best team in the NFL right now. 6-2. They're not bad. All right, so I'm going to get ready to get up out of here, but the Billions finale was really, really good. I like the way Chuck and Axe went full circle. They were against each other for the longest time, and they ended up getting Mike Prince. And I was so surprised by how many people turned on Prince. That was an excellent finale. Definitely, I'm gonna watch this again. I'm probably gonna watch it on, one of the streaming services. But it was a great finale. The thing about it is that they basically had you guessing on how this was going to end. I was shocked because of the way Kate, the way Scooter's nephew, and all these cats turned on Prince. Scooter actually did the right thing. He actually said, hey, you know what? His nephew thought he had screwed him over, and, he said, well, I wasn't a billionaire, and now, Scooter looked out for his uncle, which is a good thing. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. Got to watch some football in the morning. Got to go on a trip. And you guys take care of yourself. I'll be back here next week with episode 193 of the Guru Talking Sports Podcast. You guys be safe. Take care of yourself. The Guru will see you real soon. Now, I want to say this. Thank you for all the birthday shouts. Thank you for all the things that, you do. And, like I said, I really appreciate everything. You guys are, great people. Wonderful. We will definitely see you soon. And we appreciate you. Later, y'all.